Good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in to the third installment of A Cause for Conversation. I'm your host, Carla Hargrove. And on the eve of Election Day, I felt like I would be irresponsible to talk about anything other than you getting out there and voting. What I would like to do tonight is encourage everyone who has the opportunity to do so to get out and vote and utilize the political process to make some of the changes that you want to see in the world. I have talked to so many people who have said, you know, everything about the government is fixed. Anything, even if I vote, my vote won't matter because they already have the candidates in place who they want to be elected. And, I understand the frustration. I understand that a lot of things that are in place that we would like to view as being honest processes are not honest at all. But I would like to encourage you to understand that that's all we have. Right now, all we have is the ability to vote. And the most we can do is really hope that the votes that we submit are submitted for the candidates that we're actually voting for. And that the candidates that have truly been elected by the people are the ones who get into office. I urge you as well as myself. I urge myself to go out there and learn more about the candidates that are on the ballots every year. It's a great thing to vote, but an educated vote is a much more helpful vote to the situation. Whether you happen to be Democrat, Republican, or Independent, I would urge you to go out there and again have your voices heard so that when decisions start to be made within the political system, you know for a fact that you had a hand in possibly turning the tide in your favor. I'll be one of the first ones to admit that I am not the most politically savvy person on the planet by any means. That's something that I have made a vow to become a lot more educated about, and I hope that you make that same vow with me. What we have to understand is politics is power. Understanding how politics works, understanding how the legal and the justice system works. That is how the disenfranchised individuals, the people who are viewed as lesser, that is how, if we're allowed to, that's how we're going to make changes. We can go about things in a rebel type manner, but in the grand scheme of things, when we utilize the political process the way it was meant to be used, and that comes with education. When we use it the way it was meant to be used, that's when we'll see real change. That's when we'll see long-lasting change. I encourage you to vote so that your children see that voting is an important part of the life process, that it's something that they should be aspiring to. Never talk down about voting to your children. I really get the fact that sometimes we can become extremely frustrated with the streams that we have in order to implement change. But you don't want to discourage your children from utilizing the avenues that are made available to them. Tomorrow morning, I will be leaving early, making sure that my children are very well aware of why I'm leaving early, why I've woken up early. And I will have a brief discussion about all of the changes that some people have gone through in the past to ensure that I could vote. And I will proudly wear my sticker saying that I voted today so that people can see that it is important to some people. Again, I don't think it really matters what your party affiliation is. I think what really matters is that you vote from your heart and you try to get an educated vote as much as you can. Having President Obama in office it should actually be a very telling story that no matter who is in office, if the Senate and the House and other legislative arms are not in agreement with who the leader is, that a lot of things still are not going to be passed. A lot of laws that would possibly help implement change within certain communities will not come to fruition if you don't have people voting in this particular election. The presidential election is extremely important. This one is as well. They work hand in hand. So I encourage you, no matter whether you want to see change happen or whether you are comfortable with things the way they are, in order to get your opinion and your views heard, what you're going to have to do is get out there and vote. and make sure that there are representatives in place that recognize what your struggles are, what your concerns are, and they speak for you when you're not able to speak for yourself. So tomorrow, get out there, vote, make a difference. This is Carla with the Cause for Conversation, wishing you a good night, good love, and a good life. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your evening.